Hello, Maxim. I thought it would be more straightforward to prepare a screencast to explain my questions. Number one question is about the data points on the ranking report. So here I am in my account on my project code design in the detailed rankings page. And I scroll down here and I see that I'm currently selected on Google Mobile, and then I can see the rankings of my keywords down here. So what does this data point actually mean? I think you said in your email that this is an aggregate number. So the average or the aggregate of organic, local pack, and map search, is that correct? That seems, if that's true, I don't see how that's really very helpful to me. I really prefer to see the difference between. For example, in Bright Local, I get the rankings for organic desktop, organic mobile, local pack, and local finder. And as you can see, they can be different. They are sometimes the same, they are sometimes different. But the organic results and the local pack or local finder results are definitely different and should be considered different in my opinion. So I'm not quite sure how to explain to the client what this number really represents. Are they ranking in the local pack? Are they ranking in organic? Are they ranking in map search? How do I determine that from this number? Now, I realize that there is the local marketing. And so I'm wondering about the local ranking as well. So if I come down here, you can see I've got web design and McMinnville web design, and it does say that I'm ranked here. But what is this actually tracking? Is this tracking only map pack? Only map search? It looks to me like it's just local finder, which is, again, isn't really very useful. Why? Because these tend to not necessarily be the same as map pack. And honestly, if we're trying to rank in local, that map pack is by far the best search result to appear in. For instance, and then if I scroll down here, you can see that the site is number one, but again, this is what I want to know about. I want to know, what is my position here? This is not an organic result. This is a local pack result. So what I'm expecting to see here are my local pack results, or at the very least, broken down by local finder, which is what this appears to be. This appears to be the local finder result, and map pack, just like Bright Local does. Actually, I'm on a 2-week full trial, and this is a major issue for me for why I might not be able to switch over to SE Ranking. Now, SE Ranking does a lot of great things that I like, but ultimately I can get about 90% of that out of Bright Local, and the other 10% I'll just have to do manually or with my Ahrefs account. I was hoping that SE Ranking could essentially replace both of those, but it looks like it just can't. So those are my questions about the data points for ranking. These are great, but they're really not very helpful to me in actually tracking where these sites are ranking, how they're ranking, what vector of the search result they're ranking in, so on and so forth. And because the data is combined, it's really difficult to explain that to a novice client. it makes it really difficult. My other question is about business listings. Okay, so first of all, why is this list so short? I can think of a couple dozen more citation websites that could go in here that are that have high DRs and would be helpful to have listings at. But more importantly than that, here you can see that it's saying I need a Yelp. However, I already have Yelp. So again, I'm going to compare you to BrightLocal because for local, these guys do most of this really good. If I go into my citation tracker in BrightLocal and I search for Yelp, you can see I have a Yelp listing. And I can click here to go look at the Yelp listing, and you can clearly see I have one. Web design, code design, everything's here. So why didn't SE Ranking find my listing at Yelp? And if it didn't, how do I update this? How do I update so that it does have my Yelp listing? How do I add more citations? I mean, look, here you can see I've got 82 live citations. And you can see here, BrightLocal just lets me add them. Add a single citation or upload multiple citations. And then, of course, BrightLocal tracks those citations, lets me make notes, tells me if there's an NAP error, lets me update, add notes, determine what needs, check off what needs to be fixed, etc., so on and so forth. So they do a great job of letting me track existing citations, add new citations. They scan the internet and find my citations. And I haven't found their system lacking in finding citations at all. Whereas in SE Ranking, I can't even get a Facebook citation without connecting Facebook. I mean, this is great, but not very useful. Not very useful, not very helpful. Okay, those are the 2 points I wanted to cover. Hopefully you can take a look at my screencast and respond. Have a great day, Maxim.